Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 Manager Round 3 in Season number 2. This is the Australian Grand Prix and we're going to get into it. There's a lot to get through in this episode. I'm streaming this one, so you might see some feedback and some little bits and bobs here and there. If you haven't seen the last one, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Round 2, go check it out, link in the top right. Go watch it because it was a big race, a slight turning point in our season so far after a pretty miserable first race, so go watch it. But let's get into this one. If you're going to enjoy, subscribe for more, and also link down below to my Twitch. I might stream some episodes, so go there, follow me, and you might be in luck and you might see me streaming these. After Jeddah, we got the race sim refurbishment and also the weather center, so pretty big refurbishments and upgrades in place. So first email, engine cooling of car 1 could be improved. And Fernando Alonso's smoothness could be improved, which we'll look at in a moment. Next board review is in 4 months' time, so got a little while now. Here is the current stats of our car. So we're actually 7th in top speed, 15th in acceleration, and then cornering, we're okay in the low speed, average in the medium. DRS also pretty effective, and then dirty air, we're not the best. I did notice we struggled with that in Jeddah a little bit. Now we have points to spend, so first off is going to be Sebastian. We'll go cornering. Now Fernando has to improve his smoothness. I mean, it's 85. We'll listen to what the team has to say in terms of advice. I love how well balanced Alonso is statistically. No stat lower than 85. Martin Werner has a point, so we will drop that on some airflow management. Chris Cronin, we'll go feedback. Currently have side pods and suspension on the way. Helipad, love it. Okay, there we go. Now we can maybe have a look at another suspension, as this is by far the biggest weakness on our car. We need to improve cooling and airflow. Yeah, we'll rush the suspension, get 4 on the way. We'll have 2 in time for the next race, but no spares. So let's go for it. So we're going to design another suspension, as we need to improve brake cooling. That is a problem for us. Airflow as well is an issue. Okay, this will do the job. So we've selected the optimized cooling preset with these values. So we're getting improvement in certain areas, but the main one is going to be brake cooling, which is an issue for us, to be honest. We'll get it intense to rush that around. Let's go for it. Regulations vote, minor technical changes. Okay, so we have 2 options, A and B, moderate or minimal regulation changes. I definitely wouldn't say they're minor changes. You know, they want to bring the racing a bit more closer together, a bit more competitive. But I mean, this is a complete wipe of all the progress. I'm going to go with 5. I'm not feeling 10%. I think we can challenge this season, and I don't want to waste all that capital and investment to lose it for next season. Team hub refurbished. So we have 2 suspensions as expected, and we're getting a spare on the way. So just like in Jeddah, we'll go for a Q2 guarantee with 1 car. We'll also go for a fastest lap, and we have an active qualifying streak of P15, so getting a car into Q2. So let's see if we can achieve those.
What do you think? Well done, guys. Very good. Happy.
Damn it. Not quite. 99%. Still, I'll take that. That'll do. Confirmation, 96% car part knowledge, SEP confidence 99 100, maximum acclimatization, so we're looking good, max bonus, happy days. Right, qualifying, we'll go for 2 flyers like we always do. Used to be 3, but it seems like tire wear has been made worse in latest patches, so we'll just go for 2. So first lap, Alonso is going to have Albon ahead, but not quite traffic. So no traffic on this first lap, which is good. Let's see if we can deliver a decent lap time. Usually the second lap is better. I'll say that though, recently it hasn't been the case. Across the line. And okay, fair enough. So we managed to split Albon, get him in between us. Right, so let's see. Leclerc's currently in between us. I think he's also on a lap. Alonso improves in the first sector. Sebastian does not. He does improve the second. Let's see, does Alonso improve his overall lap time across the line? I can't tell. Leclerc has literally just moved the goalposts, but the gap between Alonso and Vettel is still the same, so I don't think they improved. Okay, let's see what we can do then. We'll go on board with Sebastian, as he's more likely to get knocked out, realistically speaking. Hopefully, looking for a bit of pace. Right now, Alonso's looking pretty good. But then again, we've got Sainz behind us, Ricciardo behind us. There are going to be cars that improve. Let's see. Seb, Sector 1 has to improve, and he does. It was yellow on his second lap last time. Alonso also improving. Checkered flag has now dropped. Sector 2. Good for Fernando. What about Seb? Good for Seb. There was a lot of improvement on the final run in Jeddah, so I'm expecting more of the same. Sebastian now in the knockout zone. Alonso flirting on the limit. Let's see. Everyone improving. Everybody within a second. Alonso now out. He crosses the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does. What about Sebastian Vettel? Not quite. Just misses out. But that is a good lap. Shame we couldn't get both cars in. So we lose a car. Sebastian out. But very competitive grid, I've got to say. Alonso goes a tenth, 1.4 tenths, nearly a tenth and a half quicker than Sebastian Vettel. But really competitive. We match Albon's time. So we're looking at Q3 here, possibly. First Q3 of the season, potentially. So let's see how that goes. So first lap on used tyres. I always forget what the first lap is. Like the lap they done in Q1 to get through. I want to use it as a banker. Anyway, up to the line. Ocon as a reference. Alonso goes only a tenth and a half off. Not bad, I don't think. Okay, Stroll's not going out. So Stroll must have had an issue. Bottas, I think, has also stayed in the garage. That's interesting. Not everybody's gone out. Well, let's see then. We might actually be looking at Q3 here for the first time with Bottas and Stroll out of contention. Let's see. Got to try and improve it. If we could jump ahead of Norris, that would be phenomenal. We'll know what to look for as everybody will cross the line before us. You can see Stroll, Bottas, Hamilton are indeed finished. They're not going back out. Checkered flag drops. Alonso on a couple of personal best sectors. Indeed. Okay, let's see. So we're out right now. Ricciardo isn't a lot faster. We can definitely jump Ricciardo. Bit of a gap to Magnussen and Norris. Let's find out. Can we do it? Can we bag Q3? Albon's picked up the pace. It's going to take a bit of Alonso magic. Does he get Q3? Yes, he does. P10. Get in. Well, that is bloody fantastic. First ever Q3 in this entire series. And Alonso went slower than Q1, which is interesting, by 4/1000 of a second. So arguably more pace to be found in Q3 possibly. If he can go a bit quicker than that. Maybe like match Albon's time, but I don't think anything other than P9 is possible. First time contesting Q3. It's going to be traffic. Sainz and Ocon. Okay, Ocon just about gets out of the way, but I'm pretty sure Sainz got in our way. Let's see. I remember Ocon done an 18.7 on his first run in Q2. Alonso does an 18.9, so about the same as his first Q2 lap. Right, let's do it. Let's see if we can find something. We're going to have the best track conditions as we're the last one on track yet again. Fingers crossed. I'd love to get Albon. I think that's our only hope. But Alonso is going to have to set a PB of the entire qualifying to beat him. The top 8 are a bit out of reach right now, as they have been this season so far. So far, it's a good start. A couple of PBs. Albon does not improve, so that's encouraging. So we've got a chance. If Alonso can get under a 0.7, we're looking good. Come on, Fernando. What have you got for me, mate? Yes. Oh, it's a big lap as well. I knew Alonso had it in him. He went slower in Q2 than Q1, and there was a bit of improvement to find, and he found it when it mattered. Meanwhile, Albon actually dropped the ball a little bit, but still, even Albon's Q1 time would have been slower, so this is good pace from Fernando. Happy days. P9, Fernando Alonso. Seb did just miss out on Q2 in P16, but we can fight. We can work with this. We'll go standard modes as tyre wear is going to be marginal, but I feel like both drivers on this strat is the way to go. It worked really well for Sebastian in Jeddah, and I kind of wish I'd gone for it with Alonso, so we're going to not make that mistake and we're going to do it again. I think this could work for us quite well.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. Looking at Fernando Alonso here. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. And for the second driver, it's Sebastian Vettel. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, underway. Let's see then. Looks like everyone is on medium tyres.
It's good.
Alonso side by side with Ocon, early doors. Sebastian gets overtaken by Zhou. Racing down to turn 2, Ocon gets back past. Okay, so far so good. I don't mind that. What tyres is everybody on? Fair enough. Majority on medium. Only Ricciardo on the hards with us. So that's good. We're offset, which could be interesting, this race. That could be a recipe for either success or disaster. So let's find out to see which one it is. Right now, we're just hanging in there so far. Things are looking okay. Very important that we hang on to the top 8, but the top 8 are faster than us, so that could be a problem. Both drivers not quite able to hang on, so we'll get them to push a little bit. Sebastian has to hold on as well. But I don't like this. The gap's getting a bit too big. We might have to let Albon go and drag us along. Might be a better play. No. I don't like this. But yeah, we're going to have to firm the L with this. It's going to be a battle for P9, just like in Jeddah. Same thing again. We're battling for P9. The top 8, Mercedes, Alpine, Ferrari and Red Bull are too fast. So we're battling for that tail end of the points. Seb does have DRS, which is good. It's important. And we've just got to try and find a way to get Sebastian to the front of the train to work with Alonso here. Oh wow. Ooh. Okay. It's kicking off there. Look at this scrap. My God. This is getting pretty feisty. The mediums aren't going off though. What a scrap this is. So many cars.
And there they go.
But yeah, you've literally got the top 8, the midfield, and the 2 Williams cars. Literally, that is how the pack is split in Season 2. Didn't see it live, but Bottas yeets one up the inside of Fernando there. Fair play. Fernando's struggling to hang on, and so is Sebastian. Seems like they've picked up the pace. And Seb's under pressure now from Latifi. Bahrain throwbacks. This battle is just going to continue, isn't it? We're not catching back up at this rate. So we're kind of putting our bets on Alonso here. Okay, Seb has dropped Latifi. There we go. We just missed it, but...
Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, under pressure from Latifi isn't what you want to hear. Exactly. He gets past on the straight. Come on, Seb. There we go. Now he's catching back up. Now he's been left alone. Latifi's not bothering him. He's making that progress, baby. There it is. We're back. Have to trust the plan. Right now, we're fighting to get both cars into P9, P10. That is the objective. We've got no faster cars recovering or coming from behind, so this pack of cars is pushing quite hard now. Bottas has turned the pace up a little bit. That's what it is. Seb's really dropping back now. Verstappen is putting up a fight against Leclerc. Leclerc isn't being given the chance to run away with it, like in Jeddah when he dominated by 30 seconds. At this point, based off the time that we're losing with Sebastian, I'm inclined to gamble and try a soft tyre with Sebastian, as we do have a spare soft with him, whereas we don't with Alonso. Alonso, we're forced onto the medium, but we could try to go longer with Sebastian and go for an Albon-esque strategy to bring him back into the race later on. Oh wow, that's a lot of cars in the pits. Interesting. That's a bit early. You know, you're on 60% mediums. That could be two-stop territory. No? Medium, soft maybe? Hamilton pits. It's going to be close with us actually, but we do get in front. Ricciardo overtakes us. Seb's in a bit of trouble now. He's getting overtaken by the faster traffic. Although, if you could hold on to some DRS, needs Ricciardo to just bloody get DRS on Albon, man. It's not that far. Come on. Seb's chilling. Love to see it. He's actually going to get back past Carlos Sainz, which is even better, so we'll get a chance to save a bit of fuel in the RS. Right, this is going to be interesting. Now would be a good time to pass Ricciardo.
Just advanced.
And there it is. That's perfect. Russell also goes through. Russell putting the pressure on, but Alonso's going to hold it down. He's going to Stay firm. Love that from Nando. And look at that, he's DRSing Albon now, so he's going to stay in front. Meanwhile, Seb is still hanging on fairly well. He's still frustrating signs. He's still got Gasly ahead. So this is great. This is perfect. Seb's chilling. This is helping Seb out, an absolute treat, by the way. But Alonso is doing the business. It's possibly costing us time, you know, realistically. But we're battling with the big boys here, pace-wise. So
Alpha Tower gained a place.
yeah, Albon's gone, and now Russell gets by. That's okay. This is fine for Fernando. So he's getting Ricciardo in the race as well. Albon pits, so he's done that stint, putting a pretty big shift on that medium tyre. Alonso just has to stay with these guys, stay in the DRS, man. Seb just hanging on at the back. Doesn't have DRS now anymore, so could start to drop. I'm tempted to turn it up, but I'm playing the patient game here. In lap will be key.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Oh wow, Alonso's dropped.
Here's the replay. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
Something happened because he's lost 3 places. Hamilton, Perez and Ricciardo. The Ricciardo is the problem. Don't know how that happened, but hopefully we can get Ricciardo back. Ricciardo's just about to drop out of DRS range. Seb's now dropping like a stone. Alonso does get back past and Ocon follows through. Will Ocon get a double move?
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Yes, he does. Ocon goes through. I mean, Alonso's genuinely battling with Ocon right now. He's holding in there with 48% tyres. Here come the faster cars. They've caught Sebastian a bit too quickly for my liking. Are they both going to go through? No, neither go through. No, they've both gone through. Oh wow, okay. It's all gone wrong. Everybody just got past.
With a great overtake.
It's all kicking off now. The Alpines have got by in tandem. And it's cost Alonso time. Ricciardo's pit. So. It's time to make the play. We need to get onto we need to latch onto them Alpines. Very important. Sebastian's chilling. He's still doing his thing, so that's okay. We're going to push the tyres flat out now. To be fair, Sainz might actually drag us towards the Alpines. Seb dropping back from Albon. So Alonso will get back past. This is now his in lap. And Seb is going to do a double overcut. So we're going to go with everything now and see if it works. Seb getting overtaken, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Yellow sector 3. There we go, Alonso pits.
Control and spun.
Oh, Checo out of control, but no damage. Alonso, 2.8. And we're seeing now Seb still battling away. Come on, Seb, you got any fight left in you, mate? Now's the time to show it. Nope, never mind. So into the pit lane. Didn't really get the job done on the overcut. Sebastian on the in lap. Just didn't have the pace, so mediums for him. 3-second stop, not the best. So there's Fernando through turn 2. Already 1.7 behind Ricciardo. We'll leave him in standard modes and see if we have the pace to catch up. I'm relying on AI battles and time loss under braking zones to catch up. Gasly pits. Could this be the 2 stoppers? Play the long game. They're going to have to get through traffic, so we'll be able to catch back up. So we're not going to panic. Playing the long game this race. Here we go. Here's the 2 stoppers. Now these could be going on softs, which is a genuine threat. Alonso closing in. Would be nice to get DRS, and he's going to get it here.
Copy.
Big old check up there as everyone pits. Busy pit lane. Very busy pit lane. To be fair, it's actually kind of important that we try to get past here. We've got nothing left, but
Pick up the pace a bit.
Okay.
it would be nice to get some of these. Fernando, we have to get this one done, mate. We have to try and get Bottas. Yep. Go. We have to recharge. It's going to be very important. Russell in the pit lane. Bottas also pits. That's Fernando now, P9. And Ocon just up the road. I've got to go for this. If we could latch onto them Alpines, that could really help our race. He's lost it already. Wow. I thought, well, the detection point in the game is he was in, but in this it's not the case. Anyway, that's okay. We'll lose signs, but we have to recharge. No, we can't even recharge. We're just getting dropped. Damn, this ain't gonna happen. Got to play the long game. We're on for a point. We're on for a point. Put Seb to push a little bit here. He's got decent tyres, so let's try and pick up the pace a little bit here. Yeah, this is okay. We could catch back up here. This could create a bit of a chain reaction. Seb's doing okay. He's on a personal best, couple of laps here. He's keeping that gap to Norris at 3.2. Albon, man. He's going to score big points. I've got enough with Fernando that I could go for one big lap and try to bolt. I mean, they're battling, so they could be losing time. Actually, let's go now. Let's go for that fastest lap attempt. Let's see if we have the pace. Nope. Didn't even improve. Sebastian's being caught now. Stroll, Magnussen, they're all leapfrogging, and they're gaining. They're gaining too much with DRS. They're just leapfrogging too much. So there goes pretty much everybody. Sebastian is just struggling now. Leave him on aggressive, but we'll try and harvest the battery to try and fight back at the end. Although we're not going to have the tyres for it. We need Albon to drop out of the DRS range. And maybe Alonso could try to catch, but he's just latching onto them Alpines, man. Shall I pit Seb fast lap? Shall I? Get the cash. Okay, Sebastian then, soft tyres. Let's go for the fastest lap and just get it out of the way. Extra bit of cash, why not? Better stop that time, 2.7. Better than the 3-second stop from before. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Safety car.
Nah, the race is finished under the safety car.
Delta positive.
The race is finished under the safety car. It just is. Just a bit too late.
Let's take a closer look. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved.
Oh dear. Anyway, everybody's going to bunch up behind the safety car. Alonso still hasn't caught up, neither has Sebastian. But the race will end under safety car. As you can see, Charles Leclerc will win in Australia. And it's going to be back-to-back points finishes. Alonso P10. Happy days. We'll take that. Didn't quite get the fastest lap of Sebastian, which is a shame, but still. Would have been a P12 finish with Seb, 100%. Although he might have been involved in that crash, to be fair. So, depends how you look at it. We might have saved some money from damages. So, you take what you're given. But there we go. Race done. So, good day in the office. We'll take that, absolutely. Albon finishes P9 in the end, so he doesn't really score that many points. We pick up the points. McLaren don't score any points. Ricciardo P11, and of course Lando involved in that crash. Seb P15, bit of a shame, but he was on for P12, I think. Would have been a close fight. Either way, the pace is not terrible. Results in the standings, as you can see, Leclerc looking dominant, 3 out of 3 for him so far this season. Alonso on 2 points, equal with Magnussen and Albon, so yeah. Albon moves up to P11 on countback due to a higher finish. But that's okay. In the Constructors' Championship, you can see AlphaTauri up to P7 with 2 points on countback due to a higher finish. But, you know, we should be P7 right now. But yeah, overall, it's okay. It's all good. We'll keep moving forward. We'll keep pushing. Ideally, I'd love to get like a big points finish to really close the gap to McLaren and Alfa Romeo. That would be pretty sweet. Alfa Romeo aren't that fast, so P5 is on the table at the moment. It's not impossible. You've got these 4 guys, and then it's the rest of the midfield. It's pretty much a free-for-all. It's all to play for, so I wouldn't rule it out. P5 is on the table this year. Not the most experience. Alonso does put in a decent bit and gets a development point. So yeah, we'll go ahead and spend that in a moment. Finally, cash payouts, no outgoings, as yeah, we had no damages or anything, and full profit. So the research period is open for next season. Bit early yet, so we're not really gonna, you know, go into that just yet. Alonso has a point, so we'll go ahead and spend it. We spent the other one on smoothness. We'll spend this one on cornering. There we go. Drogovic has a point. We will spend it on adaptability. That levels him up to 72. Changes passed. Minimal regulation change to 5%, which is what we voted for. And it was a 6-4 split vote. So our vote actually, you could argue, tipped it. So yeah, happy days. I don't mind that. I'm going to reduce the engineers on the side pods. And I'm going to reduce the engineers on the suspension. Medium speeds, absolutely dog water. We don't have any of this left. What do we do? Do we try and do it without the CFD and the wind tunnel? And just see what happens? Oh, we'll go with this. I think this is okay. Everything, even the low speed, has a slight gain, so this should work okay. And we will go ahead and... We don't have any CFDs, so we have to go intense with this to get as much info as possible. Okay, that's how things are looking right now. So we'll have upgrades for like every race pretty much. Hospitality area, nice. There we go. That's it. We're done for this one. It's looking okay. The battle for P5 in the constructors is on. That has to be our early season target. And there we go. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Again, another points finish. Very happy with that. And we go again in Imola in the next episode. No upgrades. The car will be unchanged. However, you never know. It could be a better race for us. Our car does suit top speed. You know, it seems to be a strength of ours, at least from what I can tell. According to the statistics, you know, the Red Bull power unit is strong. And we're good in low speed corners. So, you know, them chicanes, Acqua Minerale could be a good circuit for us. So let's hope it all goes well.